How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys Fan. Born to battle. Strong chest means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the sun shines bright, that's where we win. Angry Cowboys Fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And as I was recovering from the right side of my face being numb from the dentist appointment yesterday, I sat back and I watched head coach Brian Schottenheimer's press conference out in Oxnard, California. There were a few nuggets said by Brian Schottenheimer going into week 1 of the 2026 NFL preseason. Yes, Cowboys Nation, football is upon us, and I'm super excited, but it's also super important for this Dallas Cowboys team to be ready to rise to the occasion from where it found itself last year. The progression started during the offseason, but it must continue through preseason as well as the regular season. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, and y'all know what we're going to do after that. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's take a listen to Brian Schottenheimer's answers during the questions from the media in yesterday's press conference.
Clientele Dallas Cowboys, after watching the film, can you give us an assessment of scrimmage and how you guys did?
Yeah, marked a couple notes. I thought we were really good in the red zone offensively. Really nice job. Turp had a couple touchdowns. CD had a couple touchdowns. Really good physicality in the run game, against, what I think is a very physical defense. We didn't block movement very well up front in the run game. We got to get our eyes up. It's kind of been something consistent even through camp, offensive line blocking, got to get their eyes up, anticipating movement. On defense, I thought the play style was felt, the demeanor, the way these guys attacked it. I thought the turnovers were great, and there was a couple, when I say turnovers, a couple 4th down stops as well. Areas we need to improve. A little bit soft in coverage. A few times it was a little bit airy. I mean, this is a very tight match group, but some mental errors and things like that provided too much space that we haven't really done. So get to the bottom of that. And on special teams, we were absolutely dominant on the outside with the gunners and the vice work that we did. It was really cool to see, showed it to the team this morning, and areas we need to improve on teams. Punt protection, from our splits, our alignment, how we punch and strike. But overall, I thought it was a very competitive deal. And, like I said, the film showed that our guys played the right way.
As y'all know, Cowboys Nation, I was extremely happy at the way that joint practice went with the Los Angeles Rams. It wasn't a complete domination by the Dallas Cowboys, but it wasn't a complete domination like it was back in 2025 of our Dallas Cowboys defense by their Rams offense. The Rams were able to get a number of plays off, and the Dallas Cowboys secondary they were out of position a couple plays. This is why we have these joint practices, though, Cowboys Nation. Now they can go back and they can go over where the communication broke down, or if it was lost, or what's going to happen during the regular season if something like that happens. But I tell you one thing, though. Rams fans were extremely heated on X because of the way Cowboys fans were happy about how things went down. They were over on X coping like a mofo in my comment section, Cowboys Nation. But let's go ahead and jump into the second clip so we can come back and talk about it. Let's go ahead, roll that clip.
Dak has had so much responsibility over the years, especially as a leader. Does this lessen the load on him in your mind at all? That he doesn't have to be the guy?
Yeah, I think Dak feels, he's always going to have a voice. He's the quarterback of this football team. He's earned that right. He's a natural leader anyways, but I do believe that. I do think that that's important, helping guys that, maybe, initially are still, learning things about me, Kenny and Quinnen, I want those guys to speak up. And so it's really cool that, those guys step up before Dak has to say things. And so you're only as good as your locker room is led. There's going to be adversity this season. And I think, again, those 11 guys will do a great job. But I also believe that the other guys, they monitor themselves very, very well.
As we all know, the Dallas Cowboys put together a council of leaders on the team. This is something Stephen Jones has commented on. The fact that the leadership on the defensive side of the ball has been scarce over the years. So to have a council that embodies the best of the best on the team, I feel this is not only going to help the younger players on the team, but it's also going to help a few of the leaders that we have on this Cowboys team as well. I honestly love that approach that there's going to be a leadership council on this team. This way, Dak doesn't have to feel like he's the only leader on the team or one of the only leaders. Takes a little bit of the pressure off of your QB1. Now let's go ahead and get into the third clip so we can come back and unpack this raw and uncut.
Tommy Yarsh, DallasCowboys.com. Dak was talking the other day about how sometimes during that joint practice it's difficult to discern what a gain is in the run. Now that you go into a preseason game and you have pads on, you can go to the ground. How much more do you feel like you can get from your running backs, and how much are you looking forward to seeing what they can do now that it is going to the ground?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited about the running back room that we've built. I think Javonte probably won't get a whole lot of run this preseason. So Jaden and Phil are going to get a bunch of work. They're in a tight battle for the backup running back spot. And Malik Davis, I've talked about Izzy. I mean, Izzy's a guy that keeps showing out. He had a good scrimmage against the Rams the other day. He's explosive speed guy. He's got good size. And then, Jayshon Corbin that we brought in. I mean, he picked right up where he left off. He caught up to those 5 or 6 installs that he was behind. And, we'll roll those guys through pretty well.
I tell you, Cowboys Nation, getting this running back room correct is going to be super important to the success of this Dallas Cowboys offense throughout the regular season, as well as going on a playoff run. What am I talking about? Well, let's talk about it a little bit more, shall we? Y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it.
Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
Man, keeping it real. Man, keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation, first and foremost, my apologies for not releasing the video yesterday. I tell you, that dentist trip, it was one of the worst dentist trips that I've had in years. Not because of the dentist or anything like that. They used a different numbing agent on me, and it had my entire right side of my face numb. I even had my right eyelid numb, and I've never had that happen. I mean, it wore off eventually at about 9 o'clock at night, but right now I'm back up and running, so let's get deeper into this Dallas Cowboys talk. But the NFL is upon us, Cowboys Nation. We've finally gotten through the NFL offseason, and now we're headed into the preseason. This is the moment that we've all been waiting for, and it's finally here. What else is finally here, though? Dress rehearsals. Now it's time to put what they've learned out on training camp fields and bring it to the NFL field. For months, it's been Cowboys Nation theorizing as to what this team's going to look like and what type of philosophy it will play with. But from the way the roster's constructed, it looks as if Brian Schottenheimer's looking to be more aggressive out on the field this year. Those 3 12-5 seasons that we had back in the day, it was because of a flashy and a finesse Dallas Cowboys team. Now I see the culture of the team as being established by the ones who are supposed to be establishing the culture. Jerry Jones continues to take a backseat while he allows the football minds to be the biggest minds in the room. Him and Stephen Jones are giving Brian Schottenheimer the freedom to mold this team the way he sees fit, the way he sees that it can succeed. I mean, the coaching staff, they all share the same philosophy, and we continue to see it formulate on the practice field. But I remember back in the day, I didn't have too much respect for the preseason in the NFL, but after becoming a Dallas Cowboys content creator, I look at the preseason so much differently. I look at it as a time to get the bugs out of the system, to get the bugs out of the scheme. We get to see who struggles with what during game speed of the NFL. Not only that, but it's the last audition for a number of players on this team to make the 53-man roster. Who will rise to the occasion and who will make it harder on the coaching staff to make the decision? Who deserves that final position in their position group? And speaking of position groups, I'm glad that Brian Schottenheimer spoke up about the running back battle because I feel it's going to be one of the most important pieces to fall when it comes to the longevity of the offense. Last year, we saw Javonte Williams ball out during the regular season, but kind of stall out toward the end of the regular season. If the plan is to make a deep playoff run, we're going to need Javonte Williams to be fresh week 18, kind of like he's fresh week 1. So, who they pair up with Javonte Williams in that backfield is going to be paramount to Brian Schottenheimer and Clayton Adams' situation with the offensive side of the ball. My personal take on the running back position is that we need them to hang on to 4 running backs. Those running backs being Javonte Williams, Phil Maffa, Malik Davis, and Hunter Lipke. But in reality, Jadon Blue is going to take that RB3 position away from Malik Davis. I say Phil Maffa because he has that frame to play bully ball. He's that big back that Brian Schottenheimer speaks about. But some people look for the change of pace back, but I look more toward keeping the same intensity and the same aggression when it comes to the RB2 and then having your speedster at the RB3 position. Jadon Blue fits the mold of the speedster perfectly. They also spoke about the council of leaders that they came up with. I love the fact that first, the players came up with the council of leaders, and I love the fact that they have taken it upon themselves to actually teach themselves, better themselves, and to make themselves more available to the younger guys on the team. I mean, I'm not aware of the players who make up the council, but if I had to guess, you got Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Smith, Jake Ferguson, and maybe Terrence Steele on the offensive side of the ball, with Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, DeMarvion Overshown, Deron Bland, Jalen Thompson, and maybe Caleb Downs for the defensive side of the ball. That gives you a leader at mostly every position on the team, minus the running back position. And if you want to throw Javonte Williams in that whole leader council, then you could. But it's super important for this team to have selfless leaders. Players that'll put the team success in front of their own individual success. This is what I feel Stephen Jones wanted to say when he was talking about Quinnen Williams. Then the talking heads could have just ran with that as a legit shot toward Micah Parsons. And as far as the joint practice with the Los Angeles Rams, it was good to get validation and clarification when it comes to the defensive side of the ball for the Dallas Cowboys fans. Did they shut down Matt Stafford and the Rams offense? No, they didn't shut him down, but they were able to hang with them, and that's a huge plus from where we were last year. To Cowboys Nation, it's validation that whatever Christian Parker and that defensive coaching staff is doing, they're going about it the right way, and it's going to pay dividends during the regular season. But I'll keep it a buck, Cowboys Nation. This is the first time in a long time where I've liked what I saw on the roster up and down when it comes to the starters and the depth at each position. I feel comfortable, Cowboys Nation. I feel comfortable in the team this year on both sides of the ball. Are there some areas on the team that need some cleaning up or some upgrading? Absolutely there are. And I would say that the right tackle position needs a little bit of TLC going into preseason, especially after getting the word that Terrence Steele was out there getting beat like a drum in that joint practice against the Rams. This Cowboys team may need to truly consider either trading for or acquiring another tackle that can actually start for the team, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Terrence Steele might not be it. This year, Tyler Guyton has something to prove, and I hope that it goes in our favor, but I truly feel that that right tackle position needs an upgrade in order for the offense to really be gaudy. We got the interior of the offensive line. They can move men. We need those bookend tackles to be able to hold up when Dak Prescott drops back. We don't need our 33-year-old quarterback running for his life every single offensive play. But this press conference, it was another good one from Brian Schottenheimer. I mean, it was pretty informative, and it makes me look forward to Saturday when the Dallas Cowboys travel to the Seattle Seahawks just to face the defending Super Bowl champions. But remember, Cowboys Nation, it's just preseason. It's the time where we get to see the bare bones of what the defense is going to look like. Don't expect Christian Parker or Clayton Adams or Brian Schottenheimer to be dialing up all these exotic packages or plays. Don't expect to see the entirety of the playbook for either side of the ball, for that matter, Cowboys Nation. Just take this time to see the progression and the aggression and the physicality coming from this team. But this is the time to worry about the mechanics and not about the dub. It's time to see the discipline on each side of the ball and what they need to work on before they travel to MetLife Stadium to face the New York Football Giants opening week. The first 2 games of this regular season, they are super important when it comes to the standings of the NFC East, so we need a dub in both of them. Preseason, we gotta get the cobwebs out of the scheme. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, what did you think about what Brian Schottenheimer had to say during that press conference? Are you excited as I am that football's right around the corner? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video, share it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device and you haven't used them up yet, make sure you hype this video. Doing so can help get the word out to Cowboys Nation. They'll come over to the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel and want to become Angry Cowboys fans themselves. And if you are DC for life and you can't wait until the first preseason game of the 2026 season, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you don't miss anything from the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel. Plus, if you're into Madden 27, College Football 27, or Mortal Kombat talk, check out my other YouTube channel, the Angry Gaming Fan YouTube channel. I'll make sure I put the link to that as well as the gamer tag in the description. Want to give a shout out to my granddaughter who's having surgery. She's supposed to have surgery next Friday, but she's in ICU right now. You know, she's doing good, but they just want to keep an eye on her. So, love you, Bryn. Can't wait till you come home because Pop's going to give you a huge hug. But on paper, this team has what it takes to be extremely competitive in this conference. I'm not talking about the division. I'm talking about the conference. It's about time to go out there and show the entirety of the NFL landscape why this offense is called Gotti and why it was so important to hire Christian Parker. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out.
Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.